Did you know Alzheimer's is the fourth leading cause of death in California? Today we'll find out more coming up on Redwood Newsmakers. Meet Marty Coelho, Volunteer Marketing Chair for our local Walk to End Alzheimer's. Hello again, Marty.
Hi, Russ.
You wear a lot of different hats in our community. We spoke to you recently about the College of the Redwoods Foundation, but today, can you tell us about the Alzheimer's Association?
Yes, the Alzheimer's Association is the largest nonprofit international funder of dementia and Alzheimer's research. In fact, it really doesn't matter where the cure comes from Alzheimer's, whether it's from a researcher in the US or some scientists in Malaysia. So the Alzheimer's Association funds $310 million worth of grants currently in 48 countries. And that works out to about 950 projects, of which of those 950 projects, 140 of them are new clinical therapies that are in trials.
Very interesting. I'm not sure I know the difference between Alzheimer's and dementia. What's the difference?
The easiest way to explain it is the term dementia is a lot like the term cancer. It's an umbrella term. So underneath cancer, you have hundreds of different types of cancer. And it's the same thing with dementia, and Alzheimer's is the most prevalent form of dementia.
We're hearing a lot of exciting news based around Alzheimer's.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing time right now for Alzheimer's research. There's two areas I'd like to talk about. The first area is around health and wellness. So a bunch of research has come out within the last 5 years about controlling blood pressure. And what they're finding is increasing oxygen to the brain is critical, and diet. We have to stay away from processed foods. And if we would do those things, 40% of all dementia could potentially be prevented.
That's a high number.
That's huge. The second thing that's coming out is that we are finally creating drugs that actually attack Alzheimer's. So Dr. Alzheimer's identified this disease over 100 years ago. And since then, any of the drugs that have been developed really treated the symptoms, not the disease. It's only within the last few years that we've been developing drugs that actually attack Alzheimer's. So in 2021, we came out with lecanemab. In 2023, lecanemab. And now, going into FDA approval, it's donanemab. Now, all these drugs attack the plaque within an Alzheimer's patient's brain, and they're really being targeted for people who are in their early stages of Alzheimer's. What the drugs tend to do is buy you another year or two of slowing down cognitive decline. And that's critical because you don't know what the next drug is going to be. So that's the amazing news.
Are there any barriers to the adoption of these new drugs?
Yeah, unfortunately, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid have determined that the only people that are eligible for these new Alzheimer's drugs are Alzheimer's patients that are in clinical trials. And you may not immediately understand why that's such a barrier, but the bottom line is the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid have never done this with a series of drugs before. Once drugs have been approved by the FDA, they're then made available to those on Medicare and Medicaid. That's not what's happening at this point. Now, one could speculate that the reason that's happening is they're worried about the numbers of people that would want access to those drugs. But actually, I could make the economic argument that if you could keep people healthier for 1, 2, 3 more years as they're fighting Alzheimer's, they're going to be healthier for the next round of new drugs that come out, and it's going to be less burden on the overall health system over those 3 years. So economically, there's really no argument to keep these drugs away from the patients, and ethically, it's just reprehensible. We need people to go out, contact our congressmen and senators, and make the push that these drugs be available to everyone on Medicare and Medicaid that qualify.
Marty Coelho, thanks for bringing us this information. It's a topic that's been on a lot of people's minds.
No, I appreciate it, Ross, and encourage everyone to reach out to their congressmen and senators and ensure that these new Alzheimer's drugs are available to those on Medicare and Medicaid.